Hey there folks, rinimt here, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV A Realm Reborn. In the last part, we took on Circus Tower and did it with a smaller group, because otherwise we would have missed part of the last boss again. About the only time we're going to really be able to do that reliably. Anyway, let's speak with Memphilia and treat her in the midst. Try as I might, I cannot shake a creeping sense of dark foreboding that avails us not to fret about the unknown. We must concentrate instead on the problems of the present. The problems have been relatively quiet of late, and the beast tribes who summon them are under constant surveillance by the grand companies. Should any suspicious activity be afoot, you may be certain that we will hear of it. And until such time as a permanent solution to the primal problem has been found, we can do little but wait and observe. As for the Ascians, Urion J is wholly dedicated to finding the means by which we may defeat the Dark Beings. Let's pray for good tidings on that front. But all this you knew already. Let us speak then of more current matters, in particular the state of the Crystal Braves. Abino did well to found the organization, but ensuring its smooth operation is another matter entirely. Though I doubt not that he is doing his best, I felt that a helping hand or two would not go astray. To this end, I offered to send one of the Archons to assist him, but he declined. You know how he can be, independent to a fault, and singularly low to accept help. Save, of course, when that help comes from you. Alpino has entrusted countless matters of import to your care in the past, and I believe he would not hesitate to do so again, were you to offer. I should be most grateful if you would go to him and support him in whatever manner you are able. Alright, suppose we can do that. Let's see, he's right out there, so... Let us say hello, Alphino. What the heck are you doing, Thancred? You're playing with a dagger? Okay. What is it, Arya? Do be concise, I'm rather busy. You would lend a hand, you say? I see. Well, now you mention it, there is a matter that wants for attention. Given its sensitive nature, I was hesitant to entrust it to my braves, but the demands upon my time are such that I had little choice. Which is not to say that my men want for labor. Though we are but newly formed, there is already a great demand for our services, and we are hard-pressed to answer all petitions, but I digress. The fact is, I would sooner attend to this particular matter myself, but presence is required elsewhere. That being the case, I have entrusted this resolution to my second command, Captain Nilbert. Tell him that I sang you, and he will furnish you with the particulars. My thanks in advance, Arya. Alright. What do you have for me? What do you have for me?
Hail to you, Scion. How might we serve you? Commander Leveilleur bade you serve us? These are welcome tidings indeed. Given the sensitive nature of the task, I could not rely on one of my own. That which I'm about to tell you, I tell you in the strictest confidence. Some days ago, we received certain documents from an anonymous source. They notified us of the presence of a Garlean agent within the ranks of one of the grand companies. Following some discreet inquiries, we identified a suspect among the Immortal Flames, whom we detained for questioning. Alas, the man was not our agent. He was but one of many men in the agent's employ. We pressed the traitor for a name, but he had none to give. He claims never to have met his master, whom he knows only as the Ivy. He was, however, certain that this ivy had coiled itself around every part of the Immortal Flames, It would seem our quarry joined the company some time ago and gradually recruited others to his cause. These conspirators are the vines by which he learns our secrets, all without exposing himself. It won't be easy to identify the ivy amidst this tangled mass of subterfuge, but we have a tendril in our hands, and we shall follow it all the way to the gnarled root. Now, much as I would prefer to proceed with due discretion, circumstances demand that this matter be settled post-haste. Garlemald's War of Succession nears its end, and it is feared that the Empire will soon resume its march on Eorzea. When it does, we can ill afford to have traitors in our midst. The ivy must be rooted out now. We must begin by apprising General Roban of our findings. I would ask that you accompany me to the Hall of Flames and remain on hand to see that things go smoothly. Assuming the ivy's tendrils are as widespread as we believe, he will be aware that an investigation is underway, and if that is the case, he may well move against us. We must be prepared for anything, while taking care not to betray our purposes by seeming prepared. A simple enough task for a one-woman army like you.
Alright, let's head over to Ul'dah.
Well, well. What brings you here, my friend?
She is here at my behest. Greetings, Roban. It has been a while.
Hilbert, you old scoundrel. When they told me you'd be visiting, I scarce believed my ears. But look at you! The honored captain of the Crystal Bloody Braves. Who'd have imagined, eh?
Not many, but fewer still would have imagined your destiny lay in politics, old friend.
Aye. We've both come far, have we not? Lest you wonder, Hilbert and I go back a long way. We've been friends and rivals since we were lads. The last time we saw each other, Alamigo had just fallen, so you can guess how many summers it's been. And in all that time, not a word from the fool.
Ah, well, my dealings tended toward the modest and mundane, unlike some I could mention. As I hear it, no sooner did you reach Thanalan than the brass blades clapped you in irons and dragged you off to die on the blood sands. Being a stubborn sort, you won 1,000 matches and earned yourself a place in the people's hearts while you were about it. Then, with your mountain of prize money, you bought the Colosseum and secured a seat on the Syndicate. Those balls, brother! Rags to riches does not do it justice. You're a hero to the common man.
Ha! Spare me. I am no hero. If anyone is worthy of that title, it's our friend here. Next to her, I'm little more than a glorified butcher. But you, Wilbert, you sell yourself short. By all accounts, you are an adventurer of some standing.
I like to think that I did my part for the greater good. But if you're no hero, then I'm no adventurer, not in this company. Anyway. I have tidings.
So there has been progress. I've let it be known that this meeting is a reunion between old friends. none will give your visit a second thought. To convene elsewhere would only attract attention. Let us speak here, in plain view of all. So it is we who have been compromised. Teleji Adeleji's machinations have shaken Ul'dah to her foundations. In such uncertain times, a man's loyalty may be bought for a fistful of gil. But if this snake has truly been in our midst for as long as you say, we must needs consider a far graver possibility. Conspiracy. Could it be that the Monitarists have been in league with the Empire from the first? Very well. I will have my most trusted men investigate the matter. Continue your inquiries in the meantime. It does me well to see you again, old friend. When next we meet, let it be over a flagon of ale.
I look forward to it. Let us reminisce of bygone days, and drink to the future of our homeland. Flame General, you wear the mantle well, old friend. I must work hard if I'm to keep up. Well, it would seem your services were not required after all. I dare say we have Roban's prudence to thank for that. Still, I was glad of your presence. My thanks, Scion.
No prob. You couldn't see if I was doing a peace symbol there too. Yep, no prob. Yeah. So we have to wait for our questions to. There you are. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Wait. Our hunt for the Ivy begins in earnest, Scion. Suffice it to say, we must tread warily, but one misstep may well cost us our lives. Our business here is concluded for the time being. Let's return to the Rising Stones and report to Commander Leveilleur. Back and forth, then back and forth, then back and forth. We return from Ul'dah, Commander. Not a moment too soon. Something has happened. Trouble? You will recall that the Fourth was tasked with reconnoitering the rendezvous site used by Ivy's minion and his Imperial contact. Soon after you left, we received word that the unit was ambushed on the route to its destination. God damn it. According to report, one of ours has been taken captive. The Garleans are not wont to treat their foemen with dignity, and I have grave fears for her safety. We must dispatch a rescue party at once. Recall those braves who are afield. Begging your pardons, Commander, but we have not the time. I'm afraid I must ask you for your aid once more, Scion. An ill-prepared rescue party will only serve to provide the Garleans with more captives, yet time is of the essence. Simply put, you are the best chance we have. Captain Nilbert has the right of it. I trust you are willing, but of course you are. Now, Allian of the Fourth lies in wait in the tangle near the entrance to Castrum Sentry. Seek her out, and she will apprise you of the situation. If you insist. If I can get out of here. That's always a tough part. Urge. Too high. Too high. Okay, there we go. You would aid us in the rescue mission? We are in your debt, Warrior of Light. Now time is against us, so allow me to brief you on the situation. The Garleans fell upon us without warning, wounding poor Resh and hauling her away to the castrum yonder. Outnumbered as we were, it was all we could do to flee and regroup. Even as we speak, the Garleans may be interrogating Resh, or worse. With her hurt, I fear that she will not long survive their attentions. We must rescue her without delay. Order may yet be in its infancy, but the bonds that bind us is as strong as mithril. None of us will stand by while a comrade suffers. We, the remnants of the Fourth, will infiltrate Castrum Sentry. Please help us find Resh before it's too late. I can just fly in, right? Yes! Yay! Flying! Flying's great, isn't it? You don't have to run all the way through, dealing with all the enemies that are in here that are still gonna want to smack my face in, and... Where the heck? Aha! Right there. Oh. I'm like trying to play random here. I'm like, why is that button not doing what I'm expecting it to do? Should bring back on out though. Thanks, Dragona. Where am I? Resh, thank the gods we found you. And you, thank you, Warrior of Light. Now to quit this accursed place, Resh cannot move with those wounds. She'll need to be carried out. I believe a diversion is in order. Might we trouble you to provide one? Given your reputation, I suspect the Garlands will only be too happy to grant you their undivided attention. In order to create commotion within the cast room, we should be able to steal away unnoticed. Let's speak again once we are safely outside these walls. Before I create a diversion, I do believe Dragona is rank 4. So let's grab Choco Kick. And I feel like I should probably deal with this. Otherwise it's just gonna wanna smack me in the face while I'm dealing with making a diversion. This is what I mean. Yay, Choco Kit! Alright, that's one diversion. Ha ha ha. Let's make a second diversion right over here, it seems. Judging by the fact that someone just grabbed enemies from here. Get your butts over here. Oh my gosh. Seriously, what the heck? Oh man, Choco Kick is pretty useful commonly, huh? Okay, gonna go! Guess I saw it like twice there. Alright. One more diversion. Let's go. Oh, this will be interesting because this person's is about to spawn at the same time as mine. Oh what? May as well take them all out. Just fight them all. May as well. Also, we have another wave. Hello. Dang it, mages. Why do you why are you here? It's much more difficult than it seems to be. Paralysis! That's not nice. Okay, well at least I was able to get on my mount. I'm just gonna get randomly stopped while I'm flying! Okay, we're good. We're good. We're out. I dropped too soon. First it was too high, then it was too early. I've awaited your return most anxiously, my friend. You have done us a great service indeed. Thanks to your aid, our comrade Bresh is safe, and we suffered no further casualties. Words cannot well express my gratitude. All that is left is to report this mission's success to Commander Livier. I shall go on ahead to the Rising Stones. Back and forth, and back and forth, and back and forth. This is an aptly named quest. Hi, Elfinel, I'm back. Ah, it does me well to see you thus return, though I doubt not your prowess entering enemy strongholds is generally considered to be a risky venture. I must confess to having been a trifle anxious. But here you are, hale and whole, having succeeded in your mission as is your wont. Must you wonder the woman you rescued is being cared for by the Domans? Thanks to their expert administrations, the danger is past. You have my gratitude, Arya. Let me thank you also, Scion. Resh owes you her life. We escaped with minimal casualties this time, but we can ill afford to be caught off guard again. The Empire is not an opponent to be trifled with. As you say, Commander, I will see to it that the men keep their wits about them. It may yet take time, but I will not rest until we've identified and apprehended the Ivy. I have every confidence that you will succeed, Captain. As for you, Arya, I realize you have scarce caught your breath, but I'm afraid there is no rest for the weary. I require that you accompany me to Coerthas. I have been granted an audience with an Ishgardian dignitary, you see, and the man expressly requested your presence. Oh, do not look so surprised. You should be familiar with the trappings of fame by now. We shall depart as soon as you are ready. Oh, if you say so. If you say so. Coming to terms. We've been blessed with a rare opportunity, Arya, an audience with an ambassador of the Holy See of Ishgard. We are to treat with Sir Aymeric, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights in Camp Dragonhead. It is considered a great honor to serve the Holy See directly as a Temple Knight. Needless to say, their leader wields tremendous political influence. It would be wise to court his favor. For that reason, I consider your attendance essential. If Sir Aymeric wishes to meet the woman behind the legend, I would not deny him the pleasure of your company. The antecedent should see the wisdom of his plan when you request her permission to accompany me to Coerthas. Mayhap you feel this to be a waste of your talents, which could doubtless be put to nobler use. If so, I should remind you that more good can be accomplished with the stroke of a pen than the thrust of a sword. I don't use a sword! What about that part where I punch? I don't use a sword. Unless you're talking my rapier on Red Mage. I guess I press a sword that way. But I'm not a Red Mage, I'm a monk. Meeting with an Ishgardian ambassador, by all means, I think is a wonderful idea. We received no reports of aetheric disturbances or unusual beast tribe activity of late. If Alpinel believes your presence may help him to secure more favorable terms, I see no reason to deny him. Antecedent, I take it Arya has explained the situation. She has, yet welcome though these overtures are, I cannot help but wonder what prompted them. The Ishgardians have spurned all contact with the other city-states for decades. Why reach out now? Would that I knew. The question of their motives is one to which I have given no small amount of thought. Alas, I know no more than is generally known. The notoriously reclusive nation of Ishgard, situated at the center of Abalthea's spine. Ruled by the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, at the head of which presides the Archbishop. Members of the original Eorzean Alliance formed in the wake of Alamigo's fall some 2 decades ago. Friends of convenience who withdrew from the Alliance as soon as the Imperial fleet was routed at the Battle of Silver Skies. Since which time their borders have remained closed to all outsiders. They have rejected every one of their former allies' calls to reopen dialogue, turning a deaf ear to their neighbors' pleas even when the calamity loomed large. And on the field of Cartano, where brave men and women laid down their lives in defense of the realm, their banners were conspicuously absent. I have tried to convince Ishgard to rejoin the Alliance at every opportunity. I've explained over and over again that unless Eorzea stands united, we cannot hope to preserve our freedom. One by one, our nations will fall, as once fell Alamigo. What have mine efforts yielded? Why, not. Surely this can be considered a step in the right direction. I should hope so. Rather than the lovely messengers we have been fobbed off with in the past, this time we shall meet with a man of genuine influence. Of course, I am not so naive as to think that they come to us out of the goodness of their hearts, that we have something they desire, though I have yet to find out what. But such is the nature of diplomacy, they will bring their agendas to the negotiating table, and so will I, along with a handful of incontrovertible truths. The Empire will soon be at our doorsteps once more. Indeed, you may be assured that I will expound upon this point and others. Let's depart for Camp Dragonhead, Arya. Our old friend, Lord Horshavant, is expecting us. Since our quest to recover the Enterprise, I understand you have further ingratiated yourself with the man. Excellent work. His fondness may prove useful to our cause. Alright, let's head for Camp Dragonhead and speak with Horshavant. Ah, Arya, ever a welcome sight. Our hearths have been stoked to blazing in preparation for your arrival. It would not do for such a distinguished personage to catch a cold whilst enjoying your hospitality. The gesture is much appreciated. I fear I shall ever struggle in cold climes. Ah, good Master Alphino. Let me try that sentence again. Ah, good Master Alphino. An honor, as always. Likewise, Lord Hoshafant, forgive us yet another imposition. I fear we have relied overmuch on your aid since you so generously assisted us in locating the Enterprise. Nonsense! Any debts incurred have long since been repaid. Besides, who can say what the future may bring? House Fortin may even seek the aid of your newly formed Crystal Braves. In any case, I am simply glad that the Holy See is at last willing to grant you an audience. No doubt your discoveries at Snowcloak helped to justify the decision. This recent resurgence in heretical activity is of grave concern to us all. But to the matter at hand, Sir Emmerich arrived in Camp Dragonhead earlier, but I am told that he is eager to meet with you at your first convenience. You are doubtless weary from your journey and desirous to rest away by the warmth of our hearth. But if you are willing to forego such comforts, pray inform the knight stationed outside the intercessory. He will grant you entrance and send word to the other attendees. As much as your heart sounds, I think it best we proceed to the intercessory forthwith. Alright, so that does mean heading back outside and making a little turn right over here, because apparently it's just down a little dark alley. Yeah. But I'm expecting you, madam. Pray take your ease inside, and I shall summon the others.
Have faith, my friend. You need only state your case with confidence and clarity.
Commander Leveilleur, it is both an honor and a pleasure to meet you. I am Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights.
Alphino Leveilleur, at your service. Your reputation precedes you, Sir Emmerich. I think we will find that we have much in common.
Speaking of reputations, yours towers over us all. Does it not?
It does indeed, Lord Commander.
I am not too proud to admit that I have followed your activities with an interest bordering on fascination. Full glad was I to learn that you would be joining us. Now then, shall we begin?
We know full well that the Garleans will return in force ere long. What is more, we have yet to achieve a lasting victory over the primal menace. The beast tribes continue to summon their gods, and each incarnation is stronger than the last. Ishgard is not immune to these threats. I must reiterate that it would behoove your nation to rejoin the Eorzean Alliance.
Once again, I must respectfully disagree.
On what grounds?
Despite their presence in Kurthus, the Ixal do not concern us. Their territorial claims pertain to Gridanian lands, and it is the people of Gridania whom they harry. Consequently, the Holy See judges this to be a Gridanian affair, and Ishgard does not intervene in the internal affairs of other nations. Even were that not the case, our forces are wholly committed to the Dravanian conflict. We have not the knights to spare. As for the Garleans, we are not ignorant of history. We have observed the rise and expansion of the Empire, and we agree that it is only a matter of time before they resume their campaign in Eorzea.
Then surely it would be in our best interests to present a united front.
Mayhap one day, but not yet. Gaius van Belsar is dead, and the legion of conscripts he left behind lacks the will to fight. We think it highly unlikely that they will emerge from behind the walls of their castra for some time.
Forgive me, but if Ishgard's position has not changed, why did you agree to this meeting?
It was not only as a representative of Ishgard that I came here.
Pardon?
It is not within my power to change Ishgardian policy, regardless of my personal feelings. There is, however, one area in which I may exert a measure of influence. Concerns have been raised over the supplies House Forton has offered to Revenant's Toll. These have led to calls for restrictions on the provision of aid to foreign powers. I can ensure that the shipments continue unabated.
Sir Emmerich, we would be in your debt.
No, you would not, for I require something in exchange. Of late, there has been a flurry of Dravanian activity, the purpose of which was not immediately clear. However, our astrologians have since observed alarming changes in the heavens. The dragon star waxes unnaturally bright, and there are whispers that it portends the resurrection of Midgard-Sorma.
The fallen guardian of Silvertear Falls? That's absurd.
Full many times have I gazed upon the dragon's corpse still wound around the Agrius, and wondered how different our world might be if it yet lived to plague the skies. I do not know, and I do not wish to know, nor does any son of Ishgard. Yet the mere presence of Dravanian forces is not sufficient grounds to send knights to Mordona, whatever our astrologians say. As I told you before, we have not the forces to spare.
But we do. So you will intervene on our behalf if we agree to watch over the Keeper of the Lake.
Do you accept these terms?
I do. I will see that you are kept abreast of any developments. I regret that we could not come to a similar agreement on other matters, but I understand that you are not at liberty to make such decisions. Nevertheless, I hope that what we have accomplished here today will serve to demonstrate to your countrymen that we can work together towards a common goal. Mayhap one day we shall look back on this moment as the first step towards a united Eorzea.
Mayhap we shall, Commander.
What is the meaning of this?
The caravan, my lord. It's been attacked. It was Iceheart, my lord.
What? By the Fury! All our precautions were for naught?
Alright, what do we have? The Intercession of Saints. Just when we were starting to make progress, to make matters worse, the caravan they spoke of was bound for Revenant's Toll of all places. Honestly, were I so inclined, I should think the gods were conspiring against us. Happily, however, I am not. I would know more of this attack. Let us speak with Lord Horsheth on it and find out what he has learned. Let us speak with Lord Horsheth on it. Probably have to turn off my auto, don't I? I do. My sincerest apologies for the interruption, my friends, but the situation is such that we must act swiftly. If you would be so kind as to elaborate. Iceheart's heretics fell upon the caravan bound for Revenant's Toll as it was passing through Boulder Downs. 'Twas an ambush, swift and ruthless. In an instant every knight was slain, every crate seized, and as quickly as they had appeared, they were gone. 'Twould be an impossible feat without knowledge of the route, knowledge to which only a select few are privy, I presume. Quite. We can pursue that avenue of inquiry in due course. It seems to me that examining the scene of the ambush should be our first concern. The trail is yet warm. We must act swiftly, as Lord Horsheth said, lest crucial evidence be lost. You have an knack for discerning hidden truths, Arya. Why don't you go and inspect the ambush site in person? An excellent idea. Inform my men of your intent upon arrival, they will gladly share their findings. Alright, somewhere around here. There we go. Down near Orenvale. A belonging adventure. There's nothing for Lord Horsheth bid you speak with us. Then you must be beg your pardon, Scion. As you can see, they left nary a crate behind, tipped the wagon for good measure, even. Whole thing's a bit odd, if you ask me. Would have been easier to just steal it, though a damn sight harder to conceal, I'll allow. Reckon they came prepared, probably with wagons of their own hidden the way off. But pay no heed to my ramblings. Absent the proof, 'tis not but speculation. Might be as the squire receiving care at the observatorium could tell you something more factual, that is, if he's awake. Unlike myself, he was there during the attack, not that his presence amounted to much. Alright, over to the observatorium. Thank God for flying. In here? Yes, in here. You've come to ask about the attack, haven't you? We came upon them before the entrance of the Hall of the Seven Echoes. Pilgrims, we marked them as, while often ill-equipped for a journey further north. They were called out to them, and one stepped forward to answer. Slowly she approached, her silver hair flowing in the wind like melting snow. Just a young girl, I thought, some poor lost lamb in search of salvation. Lyra must have thought the same. Why else would he have let her draw so close? They exchanged some words I couldn't hear. She leaned forward as if to kiss his cheek, and then he sighed and crumpled to the ground. I didn't know what had happened until I saw the snow turn red. And there was red everywhere I looked. tried to fight, but took a blow to the head, and by the time I came to, the others were dead, and the heretics were unloading the wagon. I couldn't... I mean, they'd have killed me, so I just lay still and listened. Iceheart's people spoke of deliverance and resurrection, and they spoke of Shiva. Uh-oh. Shiva! I mentioned how much I like flying. It's great. Oh, you've returned. What news have you for us? It seems the Lady Iceheart does not scruple to sully her hands with blood. Who is this Shiva the heretic spoke of? Have you not read a single lie of the Enchiridion, Master Alphino? Shiva was a traitor to kith and kin, an apostate who lay down with dragons. Now, we cannot expect all foreigners to know Ishgardian scripture so well, particularly when it concerns the patron saints of heretics. Wait, you said she is their patron saint? Oh no. Oh no! It all makes sense now. Lord Horshaphant, what was the caravan's cargo? If I recall correctly, the Diamond Forge had requested a rather large quantity of crystals. Do you not see? Iceheart and her followers intend to summon Shiva as a beast tribe with a primal. Why else would they go to such lengths to secure crystals? Shall inform the Lord Commander at once. Lord Harshavan, you would agree that discretion is a paramount concern? Of course. I trust we can count on your continued support, Master Alphino. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to combat the primal threat. Our support is a given. I will need to send word to my brethren in Revenant's Toll. Our entire order must turn its efforts to the prevention of this summoning. Naturally, that includes you, though I am sure you would not miss this for the world. Yeah, nod and smile. Nod and smile. Yeah. Strength in unity. The persistent attacks on our caravan seemed little more than a nuisance at first. The heretics were a problem, to be sure, but a relatively minor one. That was before I discerned the purpose behind their attacks, of course. Now they have my undivided attention. After apprising Minfilia of the situation, I shall summon a unit of Crystal Braves to assist us. As for you, Arya, pray join me in Whitebrim Front. Since the incident in Snowcloak, the Knights of House Deer and Dare have redoubled their reconnaissance efforts in the region. It's my hope that they have information which may help us to determine precisely where the heretics are hiding. Given our mutual enemy, Lord Drillmon should be eager to oblige us. I shall see you there then. Good. Alright, we are heading over to Whitebrim Front. Let's go. Because flying! It's so great. I love it. Why am I going that way? Bad, Rinny. Bad. There's more stairs that way. You go this way and then fly down. Good girl. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn wish to join in the hunt for Iceheart. Your assistance is more than welcome, my friends. Considering the report I just received, I dare say your timing could be no better. We're all ears, Lord Drillmon. A band of pilgrims was seen transporting a large number of crates to the west. Their garb appears to match the description provided by the squire who survived the attack. Alas, our scouts lost track of them at Snowcloak, that self-same frozen wall which we speculated might conceal the heretics' hideaway. Suffice it to say, the disappearance of these pilgrims and their provisions all but confirms our suspicions. I've heard enough. My knights will join the hunt. I took the liberty of summoning a unit of Crystal Braves to Whitebrim Front. Given the gravity of the situation, I trust you will agree that we must use every resource available to us. These are extraordinary circumstances, Commander. It would be in our best interest to coordinate our efforts. Such was my intent from the start, Sir Amaric. And so it begins, my friend. Though I dare say it will prove an all too brief collaboration, Iceheart will not elude the combined forces of the Crystal Braves and the Temple Knights for long. Nevertheless, a wise man does not wager all upon the success of a single solution. There may yet be subtler means by which we can locate the heretic's lair. Perhaps Lord Drillmon has one in mind? Yes, yes, excellent. My lady, everything has been accounted for. If there is aught else you would have us do, pray speak, and it shall be done. Oh my gosh. Let's grab that. And dark words, dark deeds. Oh man, bacon. Actually, I'm not really a fan of bacon, but... And then I lose all my subscribers for saying that one thing. Oh no. Seems as though we are always one step behind our quarry, ever just beyond our reach. Though we would like to believe that the tables are about to turn, must confess to having certain doubts. A joint effort may succeed where others have failed, but it could yet yield the self-same result. Fortunately, we are not without other options. I trust you haven't forgotten Inquisitor Guillaume? We have not. The mystery of how the heretic remained undiscovered for so long has been much in our thoughts, as has the question of what steps might be taken to prevent a similar breach of security in future. Accordingly, we conducted an exhaustive and covert evaluation of everyone in Whitebrim Front. Though some were found to have committed certain minor transgressions, we identified only one possible heretic. This man has pledged himself to Iceheart's cause. He will have taken note of the movements of the Temple Knights and the Crystal Braves. And upon recognizing their intent, he may attempt to warn the heretics. The man's watch is to end soon, at which point he must report the Jean-Tremont in the yard. Have you keep an eye on him. If he ventures beyond the walls, follow him discreetly. Should he meet with a heretic, do not interfere. Simply watch and listen. I have seen to it that the suspect knows nothing which could endanger our plans. Alright. I am not going down. I'm getting stuck under the stairs. Oops. No one saw that. I mean, literally, no one could have seen it. Like, I could have just edited that part out. But, yeah, no one saw that. I suppose they've all... Oh no! Black and cold? That means you have, like, severe frostbite, dude! What the heck? Suspected heretic leads through the southwest gate. Where's the repair back here? Because I do actually need to repair here before I follow him. Alright, let's get on his tail. Not my tail. My tail. Oh gosh dang, I took the... No, I took the right exit. We're good, we're good. I'm like, throwing off here. I'm like, yeah. Suspected heretic follows the road east. He speeds up a bit and heads south. And really gonna have to go south. I guess he did speed up a bit, right? I may have added that a little bit in. You know. Hey, where in the Seven Hills are you? I'm freezing my bollocks off here. I'm here, you blundering elf. Why are you late? Standing on the wall, why else? I have duties to fulfill, you know? Your sole duty is to the bloody echo. Lower your voice. We'll hear you us in White Room front. Yes, of course. The temple knights are in Snowcloak. This is what you bring to me? We already know our comrades in Boulder Downs will use the tunnels dead before they know what's happening. If you waste my time again, is that clear? Alright, we need to go back up. And report back to Throne 1. Oh no. No, I got turned around, literally. I'm just trying to go back out. Hello. Well, did your investigation bear fruit? I see. I shall have the man detained at once. His guilt is plain. Would that you could have heard their words more clearly. If the few snatches you were able to make out are nonetheless enlightening, it would seem the heretics are aware of our operation and confident that they can thwart it. Our comrades in Boulder Downs are key to their plans, which means it is key to our plans that they be rooted out and put to the sword. Alright. First blood. We have long suspected that the heretics use a network of secret tunnels to traverse the highlands undetected. Given what you overheard, I fear that Snowcloak may be riddled with such passageways, and that the heretics in Boulder Downs are planning to use them to take our forces unawares. Needless to say, we cannot allow that to happen. Contingent of House Durandare Knights are on patrol in the area, and I shall order them to begin searching for the heretics at once. But knowing nothing of our enemy's numbers or readiness, I cannot say for sure that they will be sufficient. I would put my mind at ease if you would consent to assist my knights with the search. I know they would take courage from the presence of so storied a warrior. I'm a monk. We rendezvous with them at Boulder Downs. If Helena's can, we may catch these heretics before their plans come to fruition. Show them no mercy, Arya. The lives of our allies are at stake. I'm not a warrior, dang it. I know what they mean by warrior, but... Alright, we can just fly right down there. Maybe. If we can get over this mountain, we can fly right down there. I don't know if we can fly high enough. We can! Yay! They're really smart around here to make the height much, much higher. Alright. So... right down in here, we can see a combat area! And a bunch of knights on the ground. Oh boy. Get your butts over here, please. So I can AoE. One time. And then get paralyzed again. No. Yay, triple kick! No, we got another one. Alright, let's search the heretics' effects. And back up to drill on. Oh my gosh. At least we know we can just fly over the mountain. My knights sent no word of your coming, Arya. What has happened? What is that in your hand? By the Fury! Those were veterans with years of service! Now they lie dead in the snow. Their bodies must be recovered. No, we have not the men to spare. Not now. Not while Iceheart prepares to summon an abomination. The heretics you dispatched were not of sufficient number to contend with the combined strength of the Temple Knights and the Ursula Braves. There must be others, and I'll wager they are on their way to Snowcloak as we speak. To make matters worse, it seems the traitor you followed managed to pass the heretics something of value after all. The parchment you recovered is a timetable of the guardsmen's watches at their outpost in Snowcloak. The traitor was stationed there long before he aroused our suspicions. Would that we had caught him sooner! This information, the heretics would know that when the watch was weakest, could use their tunnels with impunity and prepare their ambush. The timetable is not changed, you see. Of course it will be changed now, but the heretics may already be in position. Hastir and Dare must send reinforcements. Even if it means withdrawing knights from the Stone Vigil, I can see no other way to safeguard the lives of our allies. The Path of the Righteous. Time is of the essence, Arya. Will my knights make ready to depart? The heretics may take our allies in Snowcloak unawares. Superior training and equipment will avail them not if they are cut down ere their swords are drawn. Yet all is not yet lost. If you leave now, there may still be time to warn them. Make haste, I beseech you. Fly to Snowcloak. I will literally fly, and tell Sir Emmerich everything we have discovered. I will literally fly there. Thank you for, giving me that, see, flying. I know, it needs to be fast, but flying. It's so wonderful. Arya, this is Welcome to Prize, perhaps the only one thus far. As you can see, we have yet to uncover any hidden... You have my gratitude, truth be told. We suspected the heretics might be plotting such an attack. Now that we have confirmation, I shall place my knights on high alert. Has Commander Levier been informed? The Braves must be made aware. I mean, he's right over here. Be here. I'm certain of it. Why else would they go to such lengths to defend Snowcloak? 'Tis but a pity this discovery comes when their enemy has us at such a disadvantage. Forewarned though we be, the heretics know the terrain far better than we. I dare not think how many are watching us at this very moment. Confound it! This is all wrong. Iceheart has us scrambling to save our own skins when we should rightly be straining every sinew to find her. Stop this damnable summoning. There she is! Come here, girl! That was close. They didn't hurt you, did they? Only my pride, Ida. There will be others nearby. We must see that they are given a similarly warm welcome. Commander Levier. There's been a development, sir. Together with the Temple Knights, we have secured the entrances to some half-dozen tunnels after spotting the enemy breaking the surface. That is not all, sir. We think that one of them may be important. Certainly the heretics near flung themselves upon our swords to defend it. Aha! Just as I suspected. Amongst the worn tunnels lies the entrance to Iceheart's lair. Some of the others were going in. A moment, Alpino. The tunnel in question is barely wide enough for 2 men abreast. We cannot say with any certainty where it leads, much less what is waiting for us there. Furthermore, we have no way of knowing how many heretics are still lurking here on the surface. What if they were to converge on this point after we enter the tunnel? For all we know, we could be falling our forces into a trap. I take your point. If the tunnel is indeed as narrow as you say, greater numbers would be more a hindrance than a help. Should we encounter difficulty, our own allies would become an obstacle to escape. Hi! Ahem. A change of plans. While we rendezvous with Sir Emmerich and keep the heretics at bay here, you will go wherever that tunnel leads. If you find Iceheart at the end of it, do not let her escape. You venture into the unknown, so see that you are prepared for anything. I suggest you call upon your allies, though not too many or Papalema will sulk. AKA, we have a 4-man dungeon! Yay! Well, we almost have a 4-man dungeon. I'm like, yeah, I'll take a drink while it's like, oh hey, new dungeon. Entrance to the tunnel, madam, it's just over here. Had we not seen the heretic breaking service, we would never have noticed it. Per Sir Amaric's orders, I am trying to do that silly thing of talking and typing and reading. We'll stand guard outside. Please be aware that even should you encounter significant resistance, we cannot leave our post. Snowcloak is now accessible. Okay. I was replying to a message and trying to put stuff away too that I'd pulled out to pass the time. Come on, other DPS. Wake up. Wake up. There you are. So welcome to Snowcloak. Ah, the music's so peaceful. I know. Yeah, it's so peaceful. And oh, this dungeon. People like to speedrun this dungeon a lot. Oh gosh. So hopefully we do have at least a tank who is gonna be a little more. Oh yeah, let's take this slow. Tank's controllers being pain. Alright. So, welcome to Snowcloak! Like I said, the music's all peaceful. Got some Idexes here, some Gobos, and nothing too much. There's gonna be some stuff falling from the ceiling. And once they do, they're gonna do a nice little explosion AoE after some time. Well, mainly after their cast bar is done, I guess. Not that you can target them, but they would have a cast bar that would be doing so. Anyways, let's go ahead and just AoE this stuff down. And alright. So just your basic holes here. You can see the end is like literally right there. But of course there's a wall in our way. Actually no, there's a chasm in our way. Not really a wall, a chasm is in our way. So, just some more regular enemies here. And let's just beat them down. Remember rule 3. Oh no, there's 2. We go down there. So there's generally a few rules of combat for like casters. It's always be casting, so ABCs of casting. As for, you know, AoEing, you know, the rule of 3, where we want at least 3. So anyways, we want to take up this white bear. You'll notice there's a door up here. So yes, we do need to pick up a key from this bear. Let's grab that. And open the door to silence. Clear silence. Ah, silence, go away. You're evil. Blah, yada, yada. I think in a lot of ways they're also trying to really tell you, like, hey, yeah, rule of 3. Here's a group of 3 enemies. Make sure you're AoEing them. That sort of thing. Of course, this was, of course, made when TP existed, so melee couldn't spam as much. But with that, we are at our first boss, Wandel. So, gosh. Oh, remember much about this. There's gonna be some freezing going on, and some ads. Yeah, Snowdrift is going to give us a frost bomb. We want to defeat this frost bomb. And you'll notice that 2 people just got a frozen effect. A stack of 4 will result in deep freeze. So if I got hit by, say, that effect right there, I would have gotten a deep freeze stack. So if you hit a 4, you'll become a ice cube, much like in Circus Tower. So Tundra is gonna put a outer ring here, if I remember this right. Yes. So it puts an outer ring. If you're on it for too long, you'll start getting stacks of the thing. No one got a stack that time. So yeah, obviously the main thing here is just making sure you don't get to a stack of 4, but thankfully we are generally overgeared enough that that's not really a big issue. I'm gonna actually shoot. Yeah, we can turn those in for a decent item. So welcome to the outside area, because, you know, we have to go all the way around to get around that chasm. So out here we're gonna have some... I swear to God, I just felt an earthquake. Out here we're gonna have some wind blowing, and those are kind of where those sprites are. So if you're in that wind, you're gonna start taking some damage. Okay, seriously, what the heck? Feeling shaking of some sort. Very minor though, not enough to be an earthquake. I'm very sensitive to that. So yeah, if we were to fight in here, you see we're gonna get frostbite effect, which is just gonna do a effect on us. So ideally what happens is you just kind of pull it on through here up to where these enemies are. Oh, I don't have my lovely twin snakes on because I'm pro at that. So let us just AoE them down here. It was close enough to not having to anymore. You also see this one kind of picks up occasionally, and yeah, you really don't want to be standing in it. Just really want to make sure you're pulling them through and just not fighting. I don't see it as much anymore, but I've definitely seen groups that kind of just fight in that stuff, and it's not pretty for the healer. Nope, I've already hit it before. I was like, oh no, there's 2. Alright. Oh, no, I'm barely sneaking into the frostbite there. Alright, 3 more birds. Not a big issue. Oh wait, there's a Kobo. There actually used to be a treasure chest here. I remember this chest, but it seems to have been removed. I'm pretty sure there was a chest here before. But yeah, it seems it's been removed. And they did remove a bunch of chests in Realm Report stuff. And we're down to 2, and I just AoE'd. Good job, me. You don't actually have to kill a goba to proceed, you just have to kill the birds, but anyways, we're at the Yeti! Oh my gosh! So the Yeti! This is really dependent on how good your tank is for how well this fight goes. This is a very tank-dependent fight. Not because of other stuff, but because, well, that move that he just used that there, that's a breath move. So there's going to be some friggin' ice cutters spawning, and what the tank needs to be doing is pointing the frozen mist at the Spriggans, and you really don't want to be killing them. So you want to point the Yeti at the Spriggans so that they can become snowballs. And we do want to kill that Frostbound. So yeah, see the tank is now flipping the Yeti around to kind of point here. Oh, no, maybe. So eventually, oh, there we go. It's frozen misting in the direction of all those little Spriggans, and you'll see they're now snowballs. And you have to throw them you kind of have to fling them at the Yeti, otherwise you will get hit by that arena-wide AoE, and it's just a bunch of damage, and you want to avoid damage as much as you can. So yeah, now we might be trying to aim. No. There is at least a decent cooldown between using it on the boss. But there is, of course, going to be another ad spawning that we need to deal with. There we go. Alright, so he is freezing the Spriggans. We've got some... It's also freezing me. I was like, my toe was in there. Something like that. Yeah, my stacks. Alright. So yeah, you've got some more snowballs here, so if he goes for that arena-wide AoE again, we can fling them. I believe it also does a little bit of damage, I want to say. But, yeah, you really want to stop the AoE. This is just a mechanic the game does use sometimes with regards to canceling attacks like that. I'm like losing track of where I am. Alright, and that's the Yeti. Grade. Yeah, sure. So these glacier sprites you can actually ignore. You don't really have to fight them because they will just kind of explode on their own eventually. Like so. So we can just head up to the Shrimpers and get to punching it. So you got some more glacier sprites coming down. Again, you can just ignore them once they've aggroed. After a period of time, they will just go boom. I don't know why I punched that. I guess it... Okay, seriously, I swear to God, I just fell a quake. Hell. So this room! We're gonna have to deal with waves of enemies. We can't really speed this room up, unfortunately. There's gonna be some bombs and Spriggans and just a bunch of different things. Let's go ahead and just AoE them down. And the next wave will spawn once you have defeated the previous wave. Okay, for real, what the heck is going on? Oh yeah, Spriggans, Gators, you know, the works. Oh yeah, and the Icicles are back too. In case you forgot about them, of course they wouldn't be like, oh, here's this mechanic at the very start of the dungeon we're never gonna use again. No, that's not FF14's way. FF14's way is to be like, hey, do you remember this mechanic? Well, I hope you do, because it's back. So yeah, it's back. But other than that, it's just... We're just dealing with waves of enemies. And finally, we've got a Snowcloak. So yeah, it's a Gigas. Whatever, Cyclops. That's the word I'm looking for, Cyclops. Nah, probably shouldn't demolish, oh well. Wasn't worth it. And with that, that will clear our path. There actually used to be a chest right here, and it's gone now. So let's fight this Avis. We're finally starting to see the dragons, you know, proof of the heretics being around. We haven't really seen them much. And you can't stun it. Ah! Okay, we killed it before. So you may remember from Stone Vigil, there were enemies that could turn themselves in. The Harriers. Well, they're back. And so I don't have my stun up. Oh no! Alright. Go ahead and toss up Mantra because we're about to eat some AoEs. I'm trying trying to do better about using it. And we have another door here. Door to Oblivion. So let's grab this Finger of the Apostate and crack open the door to Oblivion. Nah. Wait, that's a summoning crystal. Oh no. So this is Fenrir. You may remember Fenrir from such games as Final Fantasy 9 and 11 if you played it. Summon in 9 and 11. It's not a summon here. It's just a boss. So it's going to be using this move called 1,000-Year Storm occasionally. It's going to do a big AoE on us. And it's also going to eventually summon down some icicles, like so. So it's going to summon 3 of them. This is very important. So you'll see the first 2 kind of go off like that. It's teaching us a thing. And eventually the 3rd one finally will explode. Like so, when Fenrir, like, kind of, I guess, gives it the order to explode. So, it's very important, like I said. I mean, it kind of falls into the rules of threes, huh? So again, Fenrir's gonna do this. Gonna try and drop it on my head. The heck was that? And now you'll see it's using Lunar Cry. So this time we want to hide behind this part, the one pillar that's left. And so we don't get hit by Lunar Cry. If you get hit by Lunar Cry, Fenrir will jump on you and do a bunch of damage to you, and it really, really hurts. At least so I've seen on others who have gotten hit by it. And we're just gonna repeat in that cycle back and forth. He'll do the one where it's like, one just explodes, and then do the Lunar Cry one. And let's go ahead and hit Braver. And that's Fenrir. And that's Snowcloak. Oh, bye everyone. So yeah, there is a crystal back there. I've never really looked at this arena before. Now I think about it. But yeah, there's like totally a crystal back there like we've seen with other primals. Let's go ahead and head on out. Okay, I got a commendation.
The tales do not do you justice, warrior of light. Yes, I know who you are, and you know who I am. I was given the name Izel, but I earned the name Iceheart. This endless cycle of hatred, of bloodshed, of sorrow. You would see it continue, O noble warrior of light. I would not. I will not. I will bring an end to this war between dragon and man, no matter the cost. In time, you will come to understand that what we do we do for the greater good. For Eorzea. For Hydaelyn.
Alright, we need to report back to Alphino! That's longer than I expected. What news, Arya? So, Iceheart is but a pseudonym? Not that it matters. That she managed to escape is regrettable, but from your description of that beast, you did well to come as close as you did. In any case, now that you have cleared the path, the Temple Knights can begin to survey the tunnels in earnest. Mayhap they will even find a route past the ice wall. Wouldn't that do wonders for their fight against the heretics? The Crystal Braves would certainly share the credit for it too. To well be praised, Arya, we may yet turn the situation to our advantage. Assuming we stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva, of course. Needless to say, our fellow Scions have not been idle. Menthulian and Urianger have been busy perusing the archives of House Forta, gathering what information they can on Shiva. Which reminds me, if you are intending to charge back to Camp Dragonhead to report on the day's events, don't. The Anti-Saint should be here any minute. I can only assume that some people enjoy subjecting themselves to this cold. Alright, for the greater good is our next quest, but we're running a little long here, so I'm going to go ahead and call it good here. So, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing. If you really enjoyed it, consider supporting the channel. All support greatly helps there keep being content like this. You can find the links for that in the description, along with links to me on social media. So thank you again for watching. And until next time, this is rinimt, signing out. Bye!